All right, welcome back, everyone. We're diving into something pretty interesting today.
Yeah.
And that is the Allianz 222 annuity.
Okay.
And we talk about annuities a lot on the show.
Yeah.
And for our listeners who haven't heard us talk about those before,
Yeah.
an annuity is a financial product that can provide a guaranteed stream of income. So,
Wow.
for some people, this is a big deal, especially thinking about their retirement.
Yeah.
And today we're talking about this Allianz 222 annuity, which aims to provide that guaranteed lifetime income, that tax-deferred growth, and something we talk about a lot, that market protection.
Right. Yeah, that's a big one, especially these days.
Yeah, especially these days. So, in times like these, people are wondering, how can I make sure that I'm going to be okay in the future?
Yeah.
And this is one of the things that comes up. Now, before we get too deep into it, let's talk about the nuts and bolts here. So this annuity, the Allianz 222, claims to offer two ways to earn interest.
Okay.
The first way is fixed interest, which is, seems pretty straightforward. And then there's this indexed interest option, which is tied to market performance.
Right.
So can you kind of break those down for us? How does that work?
Yeah.
What's the difference between fixed interest and then this indexed interest that's tied to market performance?
Yeah, so fixed interest is pretty much what you'd expect. You get a guaranteed rate of return, and you know exactly what you're going to get. Indexed interest, though, is a little bit different.
Okay.
It's tied to the performance of a specific market index. So, like, say the S&P 500.
Okay.
So if the S&P goes up, your interest rate goes up as well.
Oh, I see. So you can actually get more.
Exactly. You have the potential to earn more.
Okay.
But of course, there's also the risk that if the market goes down,
Right.
you could earn less. Now, the good news is
Yeah.
that most indexed annuities have some sort of downside protection built in. So you're not going to lose your principal.
Oh, good.
But you might not earn as much interest as you would with a fixed annuity if the market is doing poorly.
So it sounds like there's a little bit of risk-reward thing going on there.
Exactly.
But that's interesting. Okay, so that brings us to the next thing that was in the brochure here. And
Okay.
this is the protected income value, or PIV, as they call it.
Yes.
I'm kind of intrigued by this 150% interest bonus multiplier.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
is that like a common thing in annuities?
It's not uncommon for annuities to offer bonuses, but this 150% multiplier is pretty generous.
Okay.
So what it does is it accelerates the growth of your income value in the early years of the contract. So especially if you're making those early deposits, you're getting a premium bonus.
Okay.
And then that bonus is multiplied by 150%. So you're getting a much bigger bang for your buck up front, which can make a big difference to your overall retirement income.
So this seems like something, if you're looking for that faster growth
Right.
to boost your retirement income, that this could be a good fit for some folks.
Yeah, if you're comfortable with a little bit of risk and you're looking for that growth potential, this could be a good option. But of course, no financial product is without its nuances.
Right, of course. Yeah, nothing's perfect.
So, with the PIV, it sounds very attractive, but there are also potential downsides. For example, if the market significantly outperforms the index that your annuity is linked to,
Right.
you might not see as much growth as you could have. So, it's important to understand those trade-offs.
Always trade-offs, right? Okay, so speaking of trade-offs, let's talk about some of the other features here.
Okay.
We have the Allianz Income Multiplier benefit.
Right.
And this is the one that says you can actually double your income withdrawals for up to 5 years if you need long-term care. Now, to me, that sounds almost too good to be true.
It's a pretty compelling feature, especially when you consider the rising costs of long-term care.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, think about it, sudden illness or injury, and now you need extensive care. Having those doubled withdrawals could really be a lifesaver, providing that financial support when you need it most.
Right. That peace of mind knowing that you have a safety net there.
Exactly.
I also want to touch on this guaranteed minimum value.
Okay.
Because this part, I'm looking at it here in the brochure, I'm not really sure what exactly is guaranteed here.
Sure.
Is it my initial investment or is it going to fluctuate?
So the guaranteed minimum value means that your initial investment won't drop below a certain level, regardless of what the market does. So it's like a floor for your investment.
Okay, so there's some stability there.
Exactly.
Even if you choose like the indexed interest option for a portion of it.
Right.
Okay, so that's good to know.
Yeah.
And I see here also that there are some other appealing features like the penalty-free withdrawals and the flexible death benefit options. So those are worth, I assume, looking into as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Those can provide a lot of flexibility and peace of mind.
Okay, so to recap here, we have the potential for growth with that indexed interest, and the PIV, we have the security of a guaranteed income.
Yeah.
And we have that safety net in case we need long-term care. So, I mean,
And
that's a
that's
lot.
a lot to consider. And I think the key takeaway here is that the Allianz 222 offers a really unique combination of features.
Yeah.
It aims to address a lot of those concerns that people have about retirement.
Yeah, and I think it's great that we have these things out there.
Absolutely.
So, for our listeners out there who are thinking about this stuff,
Yeah,
this is just a starting point.
that's right.
We can't cover every single detail in this deep dive.
Right.
But hopefully this gives you some things to think about.
Absolutely.
Do your own research, talk to a financial advisor,
Yes.
and make those informed decisions about your future. Because ultimately,
Yeah.
it's all about finding what gives you that confidence,
That's it.
that peace of mind when you're thinking about your retirement.
Yeah. And I think one thing to consider is how these different features of the annuity might play out in different economic scenarios.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
You know what happens if we have high inflation? What happens if the market takes a downturn?
Right.
Thinking through those different possibilities can help you decide if this type of annuity
Yeah.
really is the right fit for your overall retirement plan.
That's a great question to leave our listeners with. So as always, thanks for tuning in. Do your research. And until next time, happy investing, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.